This topic is all for me today. Everybody, this topic is for me.
Okay.
The theme of this topic, you want to take a guess? Take a guess.
I can't.
Try, come on.
I don't know. Failing, succeeding. What is that? What?
Rejection. Let's talk about it.
Talk about rejection.
Let's talk about rejection.
I think there is no rejection in our life. I really don't think there's rejection. I think it's our point of view that we feel we are rejected. I sometimes think rejection can be the best thing that ever happened to you because it makes you relook again. You don't want to be with anyone, anything, any place that you are rejected, which means they themselves are saying you don't fit here.
Yeah.
So you have to re-examine you. So rejection is when I don't care whether I fit or not. By right, rejection must be a reflection. Maybe this is not a right fit. Let's say in a relationship, when two people are together and somebody says no and say, I feel rejected. Why are you feeling rejected? Why you want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you?
Yeah.
That's a telltale sign it's not going to work. So rejection is when you are not considering whether you fit in. You are not considering the overall. You have made up your mind, this is going to be right for me, this is right for me, without considering the fact. So is there rejection? I think we will feel it as rejection because we want to fit so badly, but it's telling us you probably don't fit. And I think that is the pivoting point in anybody's life, pivoting. Pivoting meaning to say this, Now you find and consider how you fit, where you fit. We know things only work out when both parties or both situations fits.
Yep.
So rejection simply means you're putting this nut onto this thing and it doesn't fit. So it's rejecting it. You know what I mean? It's throwing it out. You know something about organ replacement when people replace a heart, a lungs, a kidney? One of the biggest worries is rejection. The body can reject. And then they take medication.
Yeah, anti-rejection medication.
Anti-rejection. Sometimes the anti-rejection medication can cause its own problem. So rejection is a very real thing. What is not for you is rejecting. What is not you is rejecting. So we might want to look at rejection differently. Maybe I have to re-look at this again. What I thought fit maybe doesn't fit. Maybe this is not the direction.
I think, I know all those things. Rejection is redirection. It was never meant for you. Everything is, I believe, conspiring in your favor. But it kind of feels like shit, doesn't it?
No, because you know why? And this you must give yourself a break, You look at something and you think, oh my God, if this works, everything will be fine. What I wish to live out will come to pass.
Yep.
And what you probably are mourning over or struggling with is the death of a dream, of a hallucination, actually of a projection. Oh my God, this is going to be so perfect.
Of what it could be.
What it could be. But for it to become what it could be, it must fit too. Right? And rejection has so many elements on the other side that we don't know anything about, Why somebody accepts, somebody don't accept, why you are let in, why you are not let in, why you are not invited, or why you are invited. There is so many factors on the other part. So I don't think I'm saying you shouldn't feel bad for being rejected, but I'm also saying don't only feel bad. Find what it's trying to tell you. What is that you need to grasp? Right?
Yeah.
Like I tell you, when I was growing up, I probably was rejected from every job possible. And eventually I found out I really don't fit in employment. Without all those rejection, I would have not found what is mine to do. And today I thank God.
Yeah.
Right?
I know this to be true. I'll be transparent here. One of the schools I applied to rejected me yesterday.
And she was crying.
And I'm still crying about it. But I thought back to when I was in uni and I got a job at the World Bank. I got the job on Monday and on Tuesday they rejected me. They said, oh, actually, we can't offer you this job. And I thought, I was like, oh no, remember that? Remember how there was a blessing? Like you wouldn't have wanted to live in Washington, D.C. Like you wouldn't have what you would have to, your life would have been so different and how things worked out for you now. But it took a long time for that to be realized.
Okay. And that is okay. To go through that emotion is part of growing up. Yes, rejection hurts. Because it tells me to recalibrate my dreams, right?
Yeah.
And I thought you were overly qualified. You applied for a
You're
master's
my dad.
degree. No, not just as your dad. From what you have, what you have done, I think you qualified to really, I think any university would want you because you have the background, but don't know what they are looking for.
Yeah.
Maybe they're purely looking for journalists. I don't know.
Maybe.
And remember, this is also a speculation on your part, It is not a certainty. You're going to go to the course. You don't know whether you're going to love it at the end. You don't know whether you're going to use it at the end.
That's true.
So I think you have to embrace all. But I'm not saying you shouldn't feel bad. I'm just saying it reminds you you're a person, a human with love, dreams, ambition. And that is okay.
Yeah. And I think for also a lot of people, it's like, I know I'm going to feel like shit for a while, and I know that I'll just have to use it as an inciting force, right? But for some people, they kind of get stuck in this feeling.
See, because they put all their egg in one basket, They get narrow viewed. I tell you, when I first came to Kuala Lumpur, the only living skill I ever had was painting, and I thought I'm going to be an artist.
Tell them your sad story about wanting to go to art school.
I wanted to go to art school, but I got in. I was qualified, but I didn't have the money.
It was like 400 ringgit and he only had 300 with him. And
it's 100 ringgit every month and I didn't have that 100 ringgit every month. I wish I did a degree in art though. I would have been a much better artist. But what is it? I don't want to make it good or bad. It's just what happened. And because that happened, I pursued other things. I grew up in other things.
Probably more successful than you would have been if you went to art school.
I can say that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I would have been Van Gogh. How you know? Maybe I don't know.
Van Gogh didn't make any money when he was alive.
Maybe I would be broke but famous. But I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I don't want us to escape by saying it might be for the best. But I'm saying, what can I do best out of this situation? This is life presenting itself. Life is dealing the card. I think your response to this is going to be what makes the difference,
Yeah.
Your response to this. And you are there. And I'm telling you, like we talked in the earlier episode, if things are not going your way, you got to step in. Now, some part of you has to kick in. If things are not happening, you resort to the second plan. Let's make things happen. Maybe you have to explore more. You have to explore other countries, other universities, other studies. But I'm saying, don't use the sorrow to quit.
Yeah.
Use the sorrow as a fuel to do more work, figure more things out, to find another way, and to actually pursue your dream. It's maybe giving you the resilient.
Yeah.
I suspect they rejected because you're overqualified.
Of course
I'm your
you
dad,
do.
that's what I will say. And I will hold on to that argument.
I had nothing to learn from that course anyway.
Nothing. They have nothing.
I could have taught the goddamn program myself.
Yes. Let's put it at that. Now they are complimenting you. If you take it that way, then maybe I should do something else. Maybe I should do something bigger. You see, and sometimes we don't know who we are, until things happen.
Yeah.
We don't know who we are. We don't know what we are. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying don't feel sorrow, but don't only feel sorrow. I'm not saying don't feel rejected, but not only feel rejected. Don't tunnel vision. Don't put all your egg in one basket. You are young. Open up. You never know.
But see, for someone like me, right, I definitely I've been crying about it and all of that. And I know today I didn't want to sit and look at my other options. I just want to feel sad.
Okay.
And tomorrow I will sit and look at my options.
Knowing you will.
But I have another friend of mine. He is also in the process of applying to university. I won't say his name, but I only have a few male friends, so I'm sure you know who it is. And he's applied to 4 schools. He got rejected in 2.
Right.
And after the rejection of the two, I watched him have a huge overreaction. Huge. And it just brought him all the way down.
Yeah.
And yes, you can sit and cry about it for a few days. We all need to feel it. But he can't lift himself up.
No, he thinks he's privileged. He thinks life must go his way. That is wrong parenting. Somehow you was parented wrongly. Who said everything will go your way? Doesn't life has its own way to go? He applied for 4 university, 2 university rejected. He wants to collapse. He is doing it. He is being egoistical. He is saying, I should have the privilege. Come on. Do you know almost every 100 rejection, 1 acceptance is normally the law?
Yeah.
If you've ever been in sales, they said 100 people, 10 might talk to you. Out of the 10, 1 might buy from you. And if you accept the law of average, you live it. What he is doing, he is using this to make himself super special, super amazing. No, son, you are like the rest of us. You are like the rest of us. You understand? I tell you a story. Once I took, I don't want to say who it is. I took them fishing. And in fishing, you cast. You cast. Maybe, I don't know, what is a cast? 100 casts, maybe 1 strike, if you're lucky. He, after like 10 casts, is saying, this is stupid. I said, what is stupid? Come on. I'm casting, nothing happening. I said, if you want guaranteed fish, go to the market. But they think like, no, I'm supposed to just throw it. And we who have been fishing our whole life are simply chatting away, casting. Even when we hook up, it gets off, we cast again. They are not with reality. They're actually exerting their ego, Like a boy likes a girl, he goes and say hi, and the girl says no, and he's suicidal. I'm like, you need a slap. You really need, why the girl has no right? You are using the rejection to say, I'm actually amazing, No, sir, a girl rejected you. Maybe go to the gym, work it out, maybe get a better job, buy a better car. I don't know what it takes. But can you see the abuse in this? I'm not saying he shouldn't feel bad. Agreed. But my question is, who the hell you think you are? Come on, son. You like a girl, she said no, find another girl. Go.
Yeah, it's the inability to accept it. I think that
No, also they don't want to be grateful. When the girl says yes to him one day, he must be grateful for the rest of his life. No, if you are privileged, the girl must be grateful to him. See, it's a question of gratefulness. You understand? It's a question of, how did I get this lucky? Wow. Because people don't understand reality. Do you know, out of 100 businesses they start, less than 10 stays in a book after 3 years? And out of the 10 businesses, less than 3 are making money in 5 years. Do you know the statistics of life? You applied to a couple of universities, 1 rejected. Hey, that's part of the...
It's part of the process.
What did your sister say? She applied to many and
she got into 1.
USC.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got into USC and did a master's. But she applied to so many. Come on, life is a play. It's like if I give you a dice and I say roll, but I want you to hit 1-1. How many times you have to roll? You roll 5 times and then you say it's stupid. No, that is not
That's
the
just
law.
the luck.
It's just luck. And even if you hit on the second try, 1-1, it's just luck. But we must know the law of average.
But I also think that sometimes, like, it's hard to accept. I was talking to my mom about it earlier and I was like, I just wasn't good enough. I just wasn't good enough for this. I just didn't have the right skill. Of course, you're not going to say that, but I didn't have what they wanted. I wasn't what this program wanted.
It's not that you are not good enough.
And I can accept that.
Right. No, it's not you're not good enough. You are not probably good enough for that course.
For that course, exactly.
That's it. It's not you are not good enough.
And of course, I can feel like in the grander scale of things, but I can accept that. Maybe I didn't have the qualifications for this that they were looking for.
That's it. I say it rightly. Because you're talented. You have done things. You have created things. I thought you were, who else will they take? You have created podcasts. You have done so much writing. You have done charity work. You have been having many years. You have a degree, 2 degrees. Why would they want? My suspicion, this is when I'm going to be a dad. No, you're overqualified. They're intimidated. Wait.
Okay.
That's all I'm thinking about.
But
Why not?
No, but I feel
I want
what
to go see them, Anba. I want to go knock on the door and talk to the
the
principal.
two of you can go lah.
Yeah.
But I just was like, no, I can accept this. And the reason I can say something like this is because I was a dancer for so many years. When I get chosen to be in the front, to be the star, I was the best.
Yeah.
When I was chosen to stand at the back, I was not good enough to be in the front, and it was okay.
Okay.
And so I can apply that here because I have that from what I've learned before. But when I see someone like my friend, they just cannot accept that.
No, but for you, I talk about you. Now you have to do better.
Yeah.
Sawal jawab. The challenge has been posed. Now you got to get out there, and whichever university took Aishi in. She works for Marco Robbie. She's involved in
some good shit.
good shit. It brings credit to her university, right?
Yeah.
Now, use this and don't make it a big deal. There could be a million reasons because you're a foreign student.
Yeah.
They probably have a small quota for foreign students. There could be 1,000 reasons. But now what you got to do? Now you're not backing down. It's not a defeat. Before you were trying. Now you are not trying. You're going to go after it. The depth of rejection also revealed to you the depth, how much you want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, because I couldn't go to the art school, Anba, maybe I'll paint till I die. If I would have gone to the art school, probably I would have moved on. For me, it's like, okay.
You're like, well, watch me now.
Now watch me now. That's it. That's the spirit. Now watch me now. You see, what it does is it clarifies. Let's say I take boy, girl. Boy meet girl. Girl say no. What the boy must realize is, wow, it hurts. That means how much I really want to be with somebody. And it means special. Maybe this is not the person, but I found that I really want to be with somebody. That is a revelation through that rejection. So it's not a rejection, it's a revelation. How much I wanted it. Wow. Right?
And I think, in terms of relationships, like jobs and universities, it's different because it hits you on like skills level and all of that. But in terms of relationships, we're always on either side of that coin. If it's not working out, right? You are also the person who rejects from time to time.
Me?
Not you, but just us, who are all of us.
Too.
Yeah, you too.
I do.
But so you know what it feels like on either side.
Right.
That you know that if somebody is rejecting you, it's probably because it's not right.
Yep.
I think it's easier to accept in friendships and relationships sometimes because it's people. Like when it's like an institution or a job or something like that.
Same thing, you must feel even less. God knows what they're up to. God knows what they're doing. They're not telling you everything. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to run them down. You go somewhere. Do you know, I think if I talk about relationship, you must be with someone, everything about you is perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
They don't want to be with you because they want to correct or adjust. Everything about you is...
They accept you as you are.
No, they love, not accept. I love everything about you. There's nothing about you that I don't love. I think should be the criterion. Same thing with a job, with a profession. You find yourself so right for it. Like you are built to do this. Many times I tell my students, I said, I think I was made to do what I do now. I was built. Like I don't think I fit anywhere better than where I fit in what I do. In a very small, specific area. But in order to get there, I have to go through many trials to see what I don't fit in. So now, what is rejection? I think make it a point of beginning. Make it a point of confession. Make it a point of commitment. Make it a point to realize how much you want this or you really don't want this. Now, you go get it. Now do everything you need to do to get it.
You could also make it a point of confection.
Confection. What does confection mean?
Cakes and sweets and chocolates.
Okay. That's the sugar craving.
That's just a little bit of comfort.
Yep.
It's the start.
Right.
It's not the end, I think.
I think to live rejected is horrible, It's blaming the other for you being you.
Because so many people root themselves in the rejection.
Yeah. And they use rejection to quit. Then
Yeah.
they throw the responsibility onto another. One must live this way. You do what you have to do. I do what I have to do. You do what you need to do. I'm going to do what I need to do. And hopefully somewhere this is the right fit. Like I say this, I've met so many scholars, teachers, all kinds of scientists I've met over the years. Haven't met one like Paul, The amount of respect I have.
Yeah.
And it took 30 years that I found someone I felt like, wow. But did I reject the others? No, I didn't reject. It just didn't fit with me.
Yeah.
They were on another direction. But when I found Paul and his research and the work he does, it's like wow. Paul, we are coming from two different directions, but we are meeting at a very beautiful point for humanity. That is not within anybody's hand. I can only be true to me, and hopefully it happens. So I want you to redefine rejection, You don't take it personally, totally. Find the personal part of it if you have to, but don't take it personally. It's just a fact, a life fact. Move on.
What about the fear of rejection and how that paralyzes people?
Because the first rejection, you over-experienced it. You made it. So I tell you, once it happened, I was in a temple when I was young. It's just kind of a ceremony. And the priest knows me a little bit, but so they were giving some food, So I was lining up to get. He kept rejecting me. He said, "No, you stand there." And he was giving everybody food. I'm standing there and I'm going like, he doesn't like me. Oh my God, he's making me feel like a beggar. And he literally even scolded me, "Move." I tried a few times to join the queue. Like, stand there. And then after it finished, I was like, must have been like 16 or something. You know what he did? He took all the leftover packet. Now take it home. I was like, for that moment, while I was waiting, I misunderstood it. He packed everything on, all the laddu, and he packed in a bag. On the side, he said, "Hey, go eat. I know you like this." So, did he reject me? I translated it. That's why don't explain for the other, whatever your reason may be. So, if you don't make any rejection more than what it is, you can encounter more rejection. By that, you will try more. If not, you quit trying. So I'm asking this question. Are you using your rejections to quit trying? Is that the unconscious intent? You want to quit. You want to blame everybody for everything. So you never feel like you have to correct, take responsibility. I'm not saying rejection doesn't hurt. The very feeling of rejection, you already set yourself up. You hope they will embrace you and they didn't. Like I go up to hug somebody and they said no.
It feels embarrassing.
No, it feels all kinds of things because you're on a forward movement.
Yeah.
How you process that is going to determine whether you will go into it again or quit life. I'm saying, please don't use rejection to quit life. And rejection should remind you life is precious.
And I think that people maybe perceive people who have good relationships, they have amazing careers, got into amazing universities as it came without rejection. It just came that they never faced it. But I think every successful person in whatever part of their life has, right?
Like the other day, somebody showed up and they looked at this place. "Oh my God, Master, you're a great success." I said, "Sir, out of 100 try, this one worked." Maybe not 100, I was exaggerating. Maybe out of 30 tries, you are talking about the one that worked. You didn't see the 29 that didn't mount to anything. So don't be blinded by it. I just kept doing. Like some things I invent in health solutions, scalar. Do you know how long, how much time? 10 years. How many failures, how many times it didn't work? When it works, we say you are a success. How about the time it didn't work? I think it's like almost trying to hug somebody and they're saying no because you already anticipated the celebration and the celebration was interrupted.
Yeah, that's what it is. You anticipated that something great and fun and exciting was going to come out of it and then it doesn't and you're like, oh.
No, then you're mourning against a projected idea. Remember, it was just an idea. It was just a dream. Like in your dream, you suddenly thought you fell off a mountain. You wake up, you realize you are not. This is the opposite. You thought you're going to have a great time. You woke up and say, oh, that's not going to come to be. It's like when you're blowing a balloon, it's about to be full and you're about to tie it, explode. What do? Pick up another balloon. Don't make that such an impact that you will not go there again. Come on. But again, let me tell you, I'm not saying you're not supposed to feel this. But I'm saying this is not all you're supposed to feel. I think rejection is not the end of you. Rejection can be the beginning of you. That now you redirect yourself into something, you recalibrate. It's maybe an opportunity for recalibration. The people who don't take rejection and keep trying can become stalkers,
Yeah, because you have to accept that that's not the case.
If not, then you are violent, then you are a rapist.
Yeah.
The girl said, no, stop.
Yeah.
So when you cannot accept rejection, you can go wrong. If you accept rejection wrongly, you might quit. So process rejection rightly. I think first go through the initial feeling of disappointment.
Yeah. And that feeling, I think that's hard to avoid. I remember talking to Amma about this, and it was when a friend of mine she was broken up with. And I told her, I was like, when you're dating or when you're trying something and it doesn't work, you get this feeling in your heart like, here's what I get for even getting my hopes up. This is what I get for even getting my hopes up. This is a funny story, but Amma was like, Mom, yeah. Then I looked at her and I was like, wait a minute, Miss Kita. You don't know what that feels like. She was like, what? I was like, you met a guy and whatever he promised you, he gave you 100 times over. And then she just looked at me and smiled. She's like, well, I've watched a lot of movies and I've read a lot of books.
But I tell you, hang on. I think I'm going to inject this, Nanba. You see, my forefathers kind of guaranteed a life of non-disappointment, non-rejection. No? They match marriage. You inherited your father's business.
Yeah.
It is so sad that I am handing over none of that to you. At my time, it was already ending.
Yeah.
Just take marriage instead. Those days, 100% of the marriage was arranged marriage. There's no love marriage. They kill you. So there is no expectation, no disappointment. And the past parents, out of their love, created those things. You inherit your father's farm. You inherit your father's. If your father is a carpenter, you become a carpenter. So there is no rejection. There is no disappointment. The carpenter boy will marry a carpenter's daughter. And they know everything was good. So they set up a world. There was no rejection. Now, I have none of that to hand over to you. I'm saying, darling, I can only take care of you. You have to invent yourself.
Yeah.
There is nothing to inherit but now. But in the past, I don't have freedom. In the past, I'm in a system. In the past, if my father is a carpenter, I'm a carpenter. I only marry my kissing cousin or something. Everything is set. There is no adventure. And why we are where we are now is we don't want that for you. But in order to hand that over to you, I must also watch you be disappointed. Today when I heard that you said you didn't get into the university and you're sad, in my heart I'm thinking, look at me. I should be able to protect my children. No, I don't want to protect you. I want to believe you will survive the disappointment, because the day you want me to protect you from the disappointment, then I'll arrange marriage. Then I'll say you run my business. Then we go into the Olan Ba, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now the question is, do you want to go into the conform state of living where it guarantees safety, avoids disappointment, but takes away your liberty, your freedom?
Yep.
Takes away your individuality. Those days, do you know, your grandfather and grandmother took 20 photos and came to me and asked me to look at young girls. So I was looking. He said, pick the one you like. So I picked two nice. So my father said, out of the two, pick one, the best one. So I picked, I think this one. Then he said, okay, I'll go see her. You might be the one you marry. I said, I thought you were asking for you. That was my insight to my. I knew what they were up to, but I thought you were asking for you. My father laughing, or asking for my brother. I said, no, I'll find. They said, you sure? No, don't worry, I'll find by the time I met your mother already. So I said, no, I'll do this. They're like, huh? It's unknown. Will it work? Different caste. There's so many confusion. What they were trying to do was set up that I don't get disappointed, I don't get rejected, I don't go through all that emotion. You are the new generation, so get used to rejection. Get used to going through, because you have liberty. You don't have to follow in my footsteps. You don't need me to protect you. Freedom comes with responsibility. You want, we can set up that you inherit. You will not inherit. I don't know whether you will inherit what I do. I hope you safeguard what I've done. You look after what I've created. But you are allowed to be you. You are allowed to have your freedom. For that, get used to getting disappointed.
Do you think that feeling, right, like I was saying, like, oh, this is what I get for getting my hopes up? It's like, partially, sometimes.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You see, don't reject any human emotion. Don't say, I'll never feel rejected or I'll never feel hurt. Just that I will not remain rejected. I will not remain hurt. I will find the value in that experience. You follow? Don't reject pain. See what the pain opens up. The door it opens up. Like for you, if this rejection, that means I really think I'm good. I don't think you should have rejected me. At least I know my own self-worth.
Yeah.
Unlucky to them. You find the next place where the best of you comes up.
Yeah.
Someday when you win an award, you can give that university the credit, not this university. But on the defense on the university, probably they have
their own thing,
They have their own criteria, and you're probably not a journalist or something.
And I don't hate the university. I just wish that maybe I was more right for that.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out.
It's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
And hold their right intact.
Yeah.
As how, if a boy, girl, the girl rejects, the boy must respect. That's her right.
Either way that it goes. Yeah.
So now, what was the topic again? Rejection. It hurts. But like what Simba, the monkey did to Simba, he whacked him on the head and he says, ouch. He said, what is that? Don't worry, it was in the past. I know it hurts, but it's in the past. Right? And I remember that scene. He whacked on the head. So, oh my God, what was that? That was in the past. It's okay. But it hurts. Yeah, it does. It will heal.
Yeah.
You will bounce. You will find the enthusiasm for living again. Right?
Yeah.
And for everybody out there who, if this subject has any relevance, take some time,
Life is not without it, I suppose.
Yeah. But find what it opens up for you. I think what died is the anticipation, the projection that how beautiful it can be. It's like when two people meet, before anything, they already imagine, oh my God, it's going to be so perfect. In reality, we don't know. In reality, it's a whole nother thing. Then when you see reality and your imagination, they don't click, then a whole lot of nightmare comes about. I think go with what is. Live with the facts. Be okay with facts, you move on. That good?
Was good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You and I are going to go talk to the principal of the university. Let's go.
All right.